Hello, YouTube. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the Black Tiger Miner YouTube. Sure, we are back live. So let me know if you can hear me. We're trying to get everything set up. The computer froze. That's why we're a couple minutes late, but looks like everything is getting back on track. Thanks for joining. Thanks for likes, sharing, subscribing. So there is big news with XRP today. Additional ETFs are coming out, and there is also more information coming down the pipeline. Happy Friday, and welcome back to your main man BTM's channel in the XRP news. Again, we're running a little late, just trying to get some stuff set up. The computer froze. Pure panic there for a second, but we are back live, right? They can't stop us. They can't hold me back. But thanks for joining. I just realized freaking screen share is not happening. So big shout out to Caleb and Brown, right? Thanks for sponsoring the BTM show. And if you're looking for an exchange to hold your crypto on, I think Caleb and Brown is a safe alternative and a good place to hold crypto. And you get your own personal advisor, which I think is great. I'm in the process of moving over from Uphold to Caleb and Brown. So move my Uphold over, my Zelcore over, and my Crypto.com and my Coinbase all over to Caleb and Brown, or CMB as I call them. And there is a referral link in the description. I think I get 5% or something. But make sure you sign up and you use my referral link. I think going forward, before the bull run happens, it's a good idea to move over. So let them hold your crypto and your keys, and they can help you with your investments. So a big shout out to Caleb and Brown and sponsoring the BTM channel. So moving forward, this is your main man, BTM. Don't forget to sign up for the Black Tiger Miner Twitter page. So this is Wisdom Tree, 21 shares, and Canary have filed for ETFs. And I think I thought it was a video here, but there's not a video here. That is 3 more that are currently filing for the XRP ETFs. So that's more bullish news. CFTC announced crypto CEO forum to initiate digital asset market pilot program. And of the program, Circle, Coinbase, Crypto.com, and Ripple will be there in DC today, actually. Commodities Future Trading Commission will hold a CEO. What is this? CEO forum, industry leading firms to discuss and launch the CTF digital asset marketplace program. Tokenization non-cash collateral such as stablecoin participants will include Circle, Coinbase, Crypto.com, Ripple. Further information on CEO form will be released once the details are finalized. So I suspect it's not today if they're still releasing details. So this is XRP went from, let's see, what did he say?
XRP went from nobody believing
him to top influencers asking about it. And that's right, right? Remember, everyone said XRP was over, XRP was FUD, XRP was a scam. I remember on one of my first videos, you go back and check, somebody came in and fudded the life out of the video talking about it was a scam. It would never get approved. The SEC would never, they would never win the lawsuit against the the SEC. And look at us now, right? I told you guys, just continue to diamond hand and like, share, and subscribe. Let me turn the video sound up a little bit. Get back to this guy.
in it to now everybody flipping and asking about it. Some of the largest influencers in the world are talking about this asset. People who are deep in Bitcoin now are saying, I was wrong about the company Ripple. And I remember back, one of the executives was on stage speaking. He said, we're here to leave a dent in the universe. Nobody's going to use it to transact. It's too expensive. It's too clunky. It's operating and transmuting as digital gold. And XRP, things like XLM are bridge currencies. And whoa, we have a liquidity crisis in America and worldwide. The old system doesn't work anymore with AI technology and messaging moving at the speed. Listen to Mike Novogratz sharing, and very respectfully sharing, I was wrong. Check this out.
I was skeptical that XRP would have lasting power because Ripple, the company, owns 60% of them, now 55 or 50%. And I was like, that just doesn't seem a proposition that's going to work. And I've been dead wrong.
Sorry about that, Nelson. Can you hear now? Can you confirm if you can hear it? For some reason, I guess the sound wasn't on, so I rewinded a little bit. So let's get back to the video and confirm if you can hear it. Let me know in the comments if there's something glitchy going on with the video.
Hats off to Brad Garlinghouse and his team. Ripple is now, a institution. The XRP army is real. They care about their ecosystem in their coin?
It's real. It's real. Brad Garlinghouse, it's rumored that he may be part of a crypto committee in the White House. Brad Garlinghouse was having dinner with Trump. Michael Saylor had dinner with Trump. Michael Saylor, MicroStrategies rebranded from MicroStrategies to Strategy B. The top 5 holders in Bitcoin are Satoshi. They don't know who it is. Okay. Number 2 is BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the world. Number 3 is MicroStrategies that rebranded to Strategy B, a Bitcoin treasury company. Next is Grayscale, and next is America. So outside of Satoshi, the top 4 holders are American. So either they know who made it, or you can't beat it, join it. I think it's the first one. So I don't do my investments based on tribalism or emotion. I do it based on logic. I do it based on risk mitigation. And I do it based on studying history to predict the future. Maybe there's not some big grand conspiracy going on. Maybe it's just a switch in a monetary system because the old one doesn't work anymore. That's a fact. Physical gold is transmuting into digital gold, Bitcoin. It's a commodity. Let it settle. It's a commodity. Nobody's going to use it to transact. It's too expensive. It's too clunky. It's operating and transmuting as digital gold. And XRP, things like XLM, are bridge currencies. And whoa, we have a liquidity crisis in America and worldwide. The old system doesn't work anymore with AI technology and messaging moving at the speed of light. It's just a change, and things always change. If you observe nature, you're going to do very, very well. Markets never go straight up. Relationships are never perfect. Businesses ebb and flow, and so do you, and so do the markets. So when you start to learn to observe nature, and you learn that all things transmute into new, and the things that resist that get destroyed, then you'll do very well in these markets. So do your research, understand what is actually happening here. Don't invest off fairy tales. Invest off facts, figures, numbers, logic. Love you guys. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Love you. Okay, huge warning. I will never proactively, I wish I had like a red light or something. I'm not DMing you. I'm not commenting. Never, ever, ever, ever send any money to anybody. Don't. We do not invest people's crypto. We do not have a crypto trading platform. I will never DM you. I will never ask you to send us money. My team will never do that. So what we did is we created resources for you because we had hundreds.
Shout out to Coach JV. And yes, sorry, that reminds me. Somebody was missing that in the comments. Do not some people keep spamming me with uh keys. Don't use those keys. There aren't me. And stop putting your keys in the comments. I don't know where that spam's coming from, but either way, don't get involved. Yes, banks will become nodes in the Ripple network to access XRP. Uh, XRP intends to use, Ripple intends to use XRP as a bridge currency to make transactions cheaper and faster, to use XRP tokens as the core pillar for settlement. Fund transfers. Currently, Ripple provides access firmware to different banks, accesses the Ripple network, and platforms currency transmission. Different banks do not need to adopt a unified accounting system. They maintain the original accounting system. Banks act as the node in the Ripple network systems and use cryptography algorithms for verification. So basically, they're saying you can use the XRP process and you don't have to make any changes to your bank, your network, or your accounting, which will be big. And you know, banks love to save money. And this is going to save the banks a lot of money. So I don't know how you guys are fudding it and saying it ain't going to work. It's already there, it's already implemented, it's already in process. It's only a matter of time before XRP explodes, guys. Uh, breaking XRP Brad Gintinghouse is reportedly pointing as part of the U.S. Crypto Council. This could be very beneficial for XRP. And you're definitely right. If you got an inside man, it's always good. Insight, Ripple, XRP, and XRP Ledger are 3 different things. Don't mix them up. The difference between Ripple, XRP, and the Ledger. So Ripple is the company, the native asset is XRP, and the ledger is a decentralized blockchain where the transactions occur a digital asset like stablecoins and NFTs to be created. So the actual name of the company is Ripple, right? Get it right. Ripple is the company that builds the payment solution, RippleNet, to help the banks and business transfer efficiently across the border. So for cross-border payments, Ripple is the company. The actual asset is XRP. That's what people are buying up XRP. And the ledger, XRPL, is where the actual transaction occurs. I want to clarify that because there's a lot of miscommunication going on. And this is not Brad Gittinghouse. Ripple CTO, I guess his chief technology officer, says we're on the cusp of a massive institutional adoption, which leads to mass retail adoption. Let's see what this guy's talking about.
Adoption both of DeFi and of other blockchain technologies. I think this is also like one of the key obstacles to mass retail adoption. A lot of people in the space previously thought that retail adoption was like the big wave, but I think institutional adoption is a precursor. You have to connect to where people are. You have to go to where the value is. You can't build a new financial system from zero, ignoring the existing financial system where everybody's money is, where all the value is, where the real world is, trillions of dollars in value. You can't just say, oh, forget about all that. Let's just build something new over here. It doesn't work. And so I think this wave of institutional adoption over the next year or two is going to be what's going to pave the way for mass retail adoption. And then we can deliver on those promises. Like, we all want to bank the unbanked, but like the unbanked, like they have to be able to spend their money to buy groceries and pay their phone bill. And so we have to have that institutional connectivity. And I don't think there are any obstacles. I think that's and I think this conference shows that.
So literally it is full speed ahead with the XRP adoption. The SEC met yesterday with acting chairman Mark Eustace to discuss how to help American companies succeed. Ripple, American company, time for XRP to shine. Time for XRP to shine has finally come. Boom. XRP Ripple is connected to Swift network through third party over 11,000 banks.
If you
Have the opportunity to settle money in seconds.
if you haven't heard of Payment Safe is Ethnet's payment hub that unifies dealing with all kinds of payment networks, whether domestic, international, and of course Swift as well, to allow an enhanced STP mode on all different payments. Now, the importance of Payment Safe over here is that it has an important component, which is a universal translator for the exchange of different payment formats. Now, of course, one of the most important formats is the legacy MT that you already know, and the new ISO 222 format, including the CBPR Plus. We offer a lot of. If you haven't heard of.
Well, you can't read that because I'm not even sure what language this is, but he did translate it to kind of giving you a breakdown of how the system works. It's Friday. Let's break the internet. Greg Kidd. I wonder if he's related.
I met some of these tattooed.
One of the first 10 at Ripple dispatched Greg Dorsey to create Twitter in 2006 and Eric to work on Ripple Protocol. Was the plan all along to incorporate Ripple Ledger into the Everything app X. Jack owns 3%. So they're saying they're trying to implement it into X. Hold up, wait a minute.
Piercing, wearing bicycle messengers in a market where they had radios and text messaging devices, and they were not being told what to do. Jobs were being called out, and they were bidding for the jobs. There was a marketplace for messenger deliveries. There was no top-down authority determining who would do what work. And that was interesting because that particular firm, I looked elsewhere in the world, and most everywhere else in the world, people were told what to do. There was an authority explaining who should do what work when. And that was interesting to me. I built some software around that, and that spread throughout the world. And we learned a lot about how to message, how to send messages to those couriers, and also how to do clearing and settlement, because the bidding meant that money had to move from the people paying for the deliveries through the companies to the messengers. And that sounds like just a small industry, and it was, although it was a fairly large IPO in the United States, and it did become the largest dispatch company in the world. And but it became stuffy, and I left, and I took two coders with me. One named Eric, one named Jack. Eric is the person who writes the protocol for Ripple. Eric, and the other chap, Jack, is Jack Dorsey. And Jack Dorsey took away an observation from the messenger industry, which is, instead of just calling out work for bicycle messengers, what if you could just send out messengers for anybody that wanted to follow them, not just for bicycle messenger deliveries? And so, do we know what company that became? So that's what became Twitter, right?
Very interesting history lesson about Twitter. So let's check the coin ranking. Currently, XRP's number 3, 144 million. They flipped USDT. They were in 4th place. Now they're back in 3rd place and climbing. Ethereum is down. So I don't know. It's a pretty good a ways away from Ethereum, but the general consensus is, once this push starts, XRP will flip Ethereum. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Think I'm crazy, or do you think that is possible? So this is XRP forecast is a breakout looming after liquidity sweeps. XRP price actions unpredictable liquidity sweeps triggering heightened volatility. Token has been oscillating between key support and resistance levels, attracting significant interest from traders. The recent liquidity grab saw XRP drop to a demand zone, shaking out weak hands before rebounding. However, the accumulation of the liquidity at the multi-level suggests that the major price movement could be on the horizon. The pump is coming. With non-farm payroll, NFP, reporting influence the market, traders are closely monitoring XRP's price structure. The question is whether XRP will break out and continue consolidating as the liquidity pool shifts. XRP liquidity buildup signals potential breakout. XRP has trapped within a liquidity cycle where the price movement is dedicated by institutional players targeting high volume areas. The recent liquidity sweep below key levels was expected, as large market participants often manipulate price to trigger liquidation before driving the asset in their preferred direction. So basically, they pull out, no diddy, drop the price, and then once it hits a certain level, they jump back in. Let's see if there's actual price prediction, and there is not. It's weird. Market catalyst and XRP reaction to microeconomic factors, reacted to broader microeconomic trends as the latest markets events, and no exceptions. Reports released injected uncertainty. Here's anticipating sharp moves in both directions. Positive job reports could boost appetite, pushing XRP higher, while weaker than expected figures may lead to further market corrections. Legal battles with SEC remain a key factor in influencing investors. Any development in regulatory clarity can provide a fundamental catalyst for the next move. Institutional adoption of blockchain technology, XRP's role in cross-border payments can also contribute to increased market interest. So you want to look at the bubbles. Currently, XRP is up 0.8%, 6% on the day, 6% for the last 30 days, down 18% in the last 7 days, up 349 last 90 days, up 377 in the last year. So looking at the bubbles, GigaChad's up 9.4, Ondo's up 3.5, Casper's up 5.3, Ingest is up 6%, Turbo's up 4.2, Helium is up 10%, AI 16, Z is up 11, Quant's up 5.5, Gala's up 5.4, Mudan's up 5.2, Arcam is up 6.1, XLM is up 6.4, Bonk is up 3.5, Osmosis is up 3.4, XDC is up 6%, XRP is up 6.8. Let's go. ICP is up 3.9. Bitcoin is up 0.7. Let's go. Look at the trading view chart. Of course it's not here. Why is this always? Let's market cap. Look at the price action. Let's see here. Uh-oh, got a green candle on the, what is this? Got a green candle on the day chart. We'll look at the 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart is bouncing against resistance at that $2.04. 15-minute chart is what you guys love to see. Why is there no? That's weird. Indicator is this? This ain't the MACD indicator. What is this? No, we not have the MACD indicator on here. Okay, there we go. So MACD, we're losing volume on the 15-minute chart. We had a MACD cross, and it looks like there's another MACD cross. So the volume might begin to pump again. Check on the 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart, we are building volume. Got a green candle and a red candle. Volume's up and the MACD is up. See if we can add RSI. Retail Strength Index, we cannot. So moving forward, let's close the bubbles out and get back to the video. Don't forget to sign up for the Black Tiger Miner Twitter page and stay updated with your current XRP news.
What's going on, family? I got
Keenan Grace talking about XRP updates.
three major announcements for you that I gotta let you know ASAP. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and let's jump right into it. The first one that we got to talk about that's impacting the price of XRP, but also Ondo Finance. And just know I'm dollar cost averaging into both because I see major upside on them, if not only in the short term, also in the long term. If you hold XRP or Ondo, I want you to write which one of those you own in the chat. Let's talk about it. The first one, Benzinga, major news outlets and so on have been talking about how the ledger has been suffering. And which one? The XRP one. Now, what does that mean? The chain of XRP experienced an outage that they don't know what happened. And they're telling you things like the reputation of XRP is now in shambles and this is going to keep the price down. Now, first of all, that's a straight up lie. But what I want you to understand is they've been talking about this, but I've been doing research on it to really see what makes sense. A lot of people hear the news and then they jump on it and they don't think, what makes sense here? And they want to just say, just speculation. But I got something for you right here. Don't you find this suspicious? And you might argue that this is suspicious too. If this is suspicious to you as well, write that word in the chat. Something's up. Tell me something's up. That as soon as the XRP chain, they made that just stop working for like 64 minutes. As soon as that happened, isn't it odd that there have been more ETFs filed for XRP, meaning the institutions, the big dogs in the game, they are looking to get in XRP, and now all of a sudden the chain is stopped for 64 minutes? Does that seem like a tactic to bring the price down, like Wall Street often does, like institutions often do? They do something that looks crazy, that looks like something can't be trusted, and then they bring the price down, and then they load up. And often what they do is they go on the news, they tell you something is a scam. They go on the news, they tell you something is fake. Here's your homework. Look up Larry Fink. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the CEO of BlackRock. BlackRock is the largest institution in the world, largest asset manager. Look at what he was saying in the past about Bitcoin versus what he's saying now about Bitcoin. And now they have a Bitcoin ETF that doubled in value since they opened it about a year ago. Why is that interesting? Because they were telling you it was a scam, but all the while knowing that they were trying to get in it, that they were trying to make some money with Bitcoin, but they couldn't get in it because they are a traditional asset manager, which manages retirement accounts for people who are everyday people. I'm talking about your nurses, your doctors, your police people, your firefighters, all of them. But now all of a sudden that they got the ETF, that means that they could get into Bitcoin too, right? So what's going on is Grayscale, another large institution, filed one of the first XRP ETFs, and then boom, we hearing XRP, it had an outage and so on. Yeah, that's quite interesting timing if you ask me. So I say all of that to say, now we're seeing more, and I'm gonna list off for you right here, family. Please hit the like and subscribe for you, but I'm gonna list off the new ones that you're seeing, the new ones, and it's like this. It says the CBOE. There's a new filing, and the documents were released. And look this up yourself. That there are prospective XRP ETFs issued by Bitwise. Look that up. XRP Bitwise. Look up 21 Shares. Look up Canary Capital, and look up Wisdom Tree. All of them, and look up XRP ETF with that. They all filing for them right now. Interesting timing that they want to do something to make the blockchain of XRP look like it's untrustworthy, right? Look like, and they're saying the reputation of it is down because now they have no idea as to why it went down. Family, they had a lot of people who are hackers. They got a lot of people who are really good with computers, really good with all of this stuff. And what do? They make it so they could get in low. Why would they buy it as the same price as you the public? Why would they do that? No, they don't want to do that. They want to buy it when it's super duper crazy low, and then you buy it high. And then you find out that not only is Wall Street trying to get into finance in terms of the crypto market, Ondo Finance just said that they're unveiling an integrated infrastructure suite that's going to bring U.S. financial markets to the Ondo blockchain. So now they have a way to get Wall Street on the blockchain, aka a way to get Wall Street locked in with crypto. So now they have a way to do it. They have the government telling them that there may be a lower tax on U.S. based cryptocurrencies. Now they see that XRP is one of the biggest cryptocurrencies in the world when you look at the market cap, and they're saying, hey, how do we get in this? We see that people want to buy XRP. So how about they buy it through us, through our ETFs? How about we get the SEC to do that? You know what? They said on the way out, they're going to get Gary Gensler. And this is how it looks to me, because he was the previous leader of the SEC, the Security Exchange Commission, which oversees the stock market. They said, yo, Gary, they probably didn't even have to tell him. He probably just a snake on his own. Yo, Gary, how about you leave here kicking and screaming? We know you're losing your job, but open up that lawsuit again for XRP so that we could go and get in low. And then when the XRP lawsuit is done, then it's going to be able to move freely. Then we might get some more crypto-friendly politicians. Like we got Donald Trump being a crypto-friendly politician in the SEC, for example. Like him or not, it just is what it is. So now we see all of the avenues for Wall Street to try to get in, and we see how they're moving like snakes. So now, this is the last piece of research I want you to go and do. It says that Ondo Finance introduces the Ondo chain. That's what I was just talking about, which is going to give Wall Street a way to get all of the assets on the blockchain. Now, blockchain technology is really good in this case because on Wall Street, there's a lot of fraud. There's a lot of people selling fake shares, but you can't sell fake Bitcoin. It don't work. You can't sell fake XRP. You can't sell fake Ondo Finance. It don't work because the way the blockchain is set up. Now, I say all of that to say it's giving people the idea that they may be able to really get some money with crypto. And I believe that the time for crypto is coming. Always understand that there's going to be a crypto winter, but also understand this. Your boy just put in a limit order for some Ondo Finance. We've been talking about Ondo since it was in the 50-cent range, even when it was in a 30-cent range, especially when it was in a 60-cent range. And I've been telling you time and time again, and I hope that y'all been paying attention, how Ondo Finance has been one of the most, if not the most, easily charted cryptocurrency in the game. I'm talking about when you look at the charts, sometimes it just hit a level and it just stay there. And if you want to get on that level, it probably go up again and it'll come back to that level, and it keeps doing it again and again. But I encourage you always to do your own research, family. The money is out here. I'm buying some more XRP soon, and I'm buying some more Ondo soon. I just put in a limit order for the Ondo, like I said. And if you want to be up on the buy alerts and see where I'm putting my limit orders at, I do that on KGU. KGU is Keenan Grace's Stock Market University for the Gifted. That's where I tell you to buy alerts, where I teach you how to trade.
So shout out to Keenan Grace. And as he mentioned, it's weird with the timing that something would happen right when these guys are talking about ETFs. But it's always that, right? If it's not the lawsuit, it's something else. If it's not a problem in the network, it's something else. These guys are conspiring to keep the price down, like he's saying, so they can get it cheap, right? These guys do not want to sell or buy it
Ignition sequence start.
at full price, right? They're going to try to get as low as possible. So they're going to
What are
always
the big
have some FUD right when the announcement comes out, just so people will think twice about it, so they can get it for the low. But this is in cash official. Let's see what he has to say. Then we'll go back to digital assets and stock mo. So let me know what you guys think about it in the chat. And
How's it going, everybody? Welcome.
Wrap it up for the day. But let's go back to in cash official, and looks like they're also sponsored by our favorite crypto platform, CB, which is Caleb and Brown. You can use my description. You can use my referral code in the description, guys. These guys are definitely one of the premier exchanges in the industry, and they give you I want to say it's a sponsor. They give you a consultant, right? So you're not investing blind. The guy comes and talks to you and tells you kind of your risk tolerance and what you're investing in and why you should or shouldn't invest in it. And overall, kind of guides you through this very, very, very volatile crypto market. So let's see what Encash has to say.
banks waiting for? In this video, I really want to just show you guys what's happening, what's really going on, and how significant Ripple has become. And we're talking about how significant they have become around the massive banking industry that we know of today, and how they are going to be the facilitators of bringing the big banks on chain. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hope about that in this video, you do become a subscriber. Also, if you guys do want to get access to a great exchange, one that is 24/7 customer support enabled, and one that is also catering to the US industry, that is enabling US investors to have access to some great projects that you can invest into, and also an exchange that is fully regulated, that allows you to actually trust this exchange and know that this exchange is going to be, up and running even at some of the most stressful times in the market. Caleb and Brown is your best friend. I've been utilizing this exchange over the last couple of weeks, and I honestly have zero complaints. It's one of the best ones in the space that I have tested. Now, do they have all of the crypto assets that I like to go and buy and sell and trade? Not exactly, but again, it is a regulated crypto exchange, so they have to make sure that they are keeping in mind, best practices when they are listing projects on this exchange. But try it out, check it out. If you guys do like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't, and that's it. But let's dive on in, and let's actually talk about a few things. Number one is crypto custody. So this goes all the way back to January of 2024. That's right. We're going all the way back in time because, again, some of the older news in this space is very important to know about today. So this was at Ripple Swell 2023, where we saw some of the biggest names out there around finance talking about what's going on. Specifically, here we have Ripple and Zodiac Custody, two great beliefs that Ripple and Zodiac Custody with Ripple Swell 2023 to buy. Number one, blockchain is here to stay. Number two, everything starts with custody. When you get custody right, then we can create interesting solutions on top of that. This is very important to focus on. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Julian, so I'm the CEO of Zodiac Custody. We were created by Standard Chartered Ventures 4 years ago as a standalone custodian. We also have Northern Trust and SBI and our shareholder. I think what is interesting is why were we created outside the bank, even though we are a subsidiary of Standard Chartered? And that, I think, is oil tankers and speedboats, and we know that story pretty well. But I think the underpinning belief is really twofold. One is that blockchain is here to stay, and secondly, kind of as Adrian said in his opening speech, is that everything starts with custody. And if you get custody right, safe, secure place for your assets, then we can create interesting solutions on top of that.
Now, of course, Adrian Trissani, who is all the way on the left in this video clip, as you guys can see right here, that was the previous CEO of Medico, which Ripple did, of course, acquire. Now, with acquiring Medico, they did acquire all of the clientele, which I did outline here on X as well. I said people seem to overlook the partnerships that Medico had prior to Ripple acquiring them. And I did mention all of those big players here that even Ripple did have as well. And of course, there's probably hundreds or even thousands of names that we don't even know about in terms of NDAs. But I bring this up because it's very important, right? If you do get custody right, you can move on and create very interesting solutions. We just saw that the FDIC, which is the big player, right? The big player behind banks, they will revise crypto guidelines and push for custody services for banks, tokenized deposits that could put some checking accounts on blockchains. Incredible news for American blockchain networks. We could see every bank in the United States tokenize. And yeah, this is a very big deal, especially when we think about custody services. If they can get the custody services right, then they can move on to anything. Now, Ripple is a very big player around the custody market. In fact, they just made a post on February 5th. The custody market is set to exceed $100 billion by 2033, fueled by tokenized assets. To stay ahead, custodians need bank-grade security, 24/7 access, and compliance. Now, in this breakdown, it's very short, very simple, nothing too crazy, right? How custodians can meet institutional crypto custody needs. The global custody services market is expected to grow from $41 billion in 2023 to more than $100 billion by 2033. Digital assets are driving this boom, and there is ample opportunity for custody providers across the finance industry to capitalize on this budding technology. As institutional adoption of digital assets accelerates, clients are looking for more than safekeeping. They expect sophisticated bank-grade infrastructure that balances robust regulatory compliance with seamless around-the-clock usability. Digital asset custodians that meet this call to facilitate use cases around custody, governance, and trading can differentiate themselves from other providers and carve out their share of this multi-billion-dollar market, which is exactly what Ripple is doing with Ripple Custody. Now, they did provide us a guide. If you guys do want to go check it out, you guys are more than welcome to, but I'm not going to, simply to save time. But here we have the case for crypto custody. Custodians are critical to the global financial ecosystem, serving as trusted partners for the storage and management of financial assets. But the growth of blockchain and digital assets presents new potential and challenges for custodians. More than 10% of the world's assets are expected to be tokenized by 2030, including RWAs like financial instruments, stocks, bonds, ETFs, and even art and carbon credits. This wave of digital transformation reshaping the custody landscape calls for a next-generation solution. The 24/7 nature of digital asset movement and trading requires that crypto custodians provide institutional clients constant accessibility without compromising security. Digital asset custodians must also support all relevant layer 1 blockchains higher throughput capabilities, and access to trading and liquidity venues. And as transaction volumes increase, custodians must ensure their infrastructure scales effectively without compromising efficiency or global regulatory compliance. Supporting new use cases. And here we have Ripple Custody being mentioned. Beyond these basic capabilities, custodians that deploy an institutional grade solution like Ripple Custody, which enables customizable control over operating and security models, including flexible deployment or management of private keys, can enable innovative use cases for clients. These could include the issuance and custody of tokenized securities and RWAs or cryptocurrency custody and trading wallets for institutional and retail investors. Robust compliance controls and advanced governance frameworks for superior asset protection, becoming a sub-custodian on a global custodians network for enhanced service distribution, seamless access to liquidity providers, exchanges, and lending and staking platforms. And then, of course, we have building tomorrow's digital asset custody infrastructure. By leveraging Ripple Custody, which supports live commercial custody offerings in 20 regulatory jurisdictions, global custodians are primed to capitalize on the emerging trillion-dollar market opportunity. Ripple Custody provides a competitive advantage by removing the frictions associated with managing digital assets. Its single, fully integrated platform reduces cost, improves security, and creates efficiencies, all while ensuring compliance and unlocking new revenue streams. When we think about this, and when we think about Ripple, okay, I want to go back to the list because, again, it all starts with custody. If all of these big banks now have a custody provider, because again, all of these players were utilizing Medico, which now did become Ripple Custody, that means that they can now build out solid tokenization grade use cases or any major use case with Ripple. For example, DZ Bank is a customer spotlighted player that Ripple has been posting recently. And when we think about DZ Bank, they have done things very, very well with their digital custody platform. In fact, here we have DZ Bank's digital custody platform, a new era in asset management, volume of 350 billion euros in assets under custody. And if we actually go over here, we have DZ Bank, Ripple Custody, and XRP with RLUSD. Partnered earlier last year with Börse Stuttgart to offer retail crypto services for a community of over 737 cooperative banks in Germany. And when we think about this, it also does include SBI. These big banks are already starting to move into major services around crypto. But remember, this all really started with custody in mind. DZ Bank was one of the first major players to utilize Medico, which now became Ripple Custody. And also remember that Monica Long, the president of Ripple, agreed with what Frank Shapiro said over on X. And for those that don't know about this post, here we have January 13th. Once large banks can start custodian crypto, they will be able to do anything. Credit equals more liquidity, major tailwind for crypto market structure and tampering volatility soon. And yeah, it all starts with custody, just like the beginning video told you. Once they start custodian crypto, they will be able to do anything. And here we have from Monica Long saying, agree. 15 of the top 25 largest banks globally have already piloted tokenized asset projects. I expect several of them to launch market-ready offerings in the US in 2025. If they have clarity from the US government to touch crypto, seems very possible for this to no longer be an issue this year. We now have SAB 121 completely repealed. The FDIC is now enabling big banks. I mean, guys, this is going to get crazy very fast. The big banks have everything they need in place now to go all in on tokenization grade use cases and crypto-based services. Anderson said, another amazing timing for Ripple. Ripple Custody, banks will be able to custody crypto with new Trump admin, combine this with ROUSD, RWA on top of ROUSD, built on the XRP ledger and others, powered by XRP as the bridge for all sorts of transactions, new banking infrastructure. This is big. The biggest banks in the world will use Ripple Custody in 2025. Smoke Dog, Ripple's strategic partnership with Medico is no coincidence. Ripple is already aligned with tier one banks globally secure in partnerships that give them 80% coverage of the world's key trade corridors. Now, with Trump expected to overturn the SAB 121 veto, U.S. tier one banks will finally gain the green light to custody digital assets. This regulatory shift opens the floodgates for utility token momentum, with Ripple's custody platform leveraging the XRP ledger to tokenize real-world assets. Imagine 80% of the world's trade corridors transacting tokenized RWAs via the XRP ledger. The infrastructure is already in place, and the documentation points to this becoming a reality. This isn't speculation. It's happening. And here we actually have that full breakdown of how Ripple deals with hundreds of banks, including some of the largest tier ones in the world. So we already cover over 80% of the world's crucial trade corridors. Guys, when we think about Ripple, they are at the forefront of this. And here we have the breakdown of how this is going to support higher prices as well, because of the snowball effect around a lot of these major moves being made from this admin. But the big thing that I am fully focused on is the custody side of things, because you get custody right, everything else follows through. And even when we think about custody and we go to tokenization, yeah, it's all based around the XRP ledger. The XRP ledger and XRP are crucial to all of this. But you look at those solutions and you look at the custody solution on their website. I mean, guys, this pertains to everything. Literally everything. Stablecoins, tokenized fiat currencies, tokenized, deposits, tokenized everything. That's exactly what the custody platform is built for. I want you guys to realize how big of a player Ripple is, how many players they already have tied into Ripple. I mean, guys, Ripple is at the forefront. The timing, every single time when it comes to Ripple, the timing is perfect. It's perfect every single time, which should tell you something. It's not just a coincidence. It's not just perfect timing. A lot of this stuff, in my opinion, is planned out. Ripple is becoming a big winner. And if you follow the timeline here, if you follow everything that Ripple is doing, we already heard from, many players at Ripple, including Brad Garlinghouse, including Monica Long, David Schwartz. Everything that they do is to support the XRP ledger and push XRP forward to become one of the most successful digital assets in the space. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys...
So let me know what you guys think about the video. I'm not sure what XRP is, but let me know what you guys think about that. Do you agree with him or disagree, or does that make sense to you moving forward? This is which one is this? Is digital assets. So let me start this video and I'll be right back.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and a long time ago, I worked a deal out with my son worked a deal out with me that every Friday I would take him to get him breakfast. He has held me to that promise to this day. He's almost a teenager now. This morning we were in line getting his breakfast, and I said, do you realize how many thousands of dollars I have spent on your breakfasts because of one deal that you cut with me? And he says, yeah, and you can't get out of it until I go off to college. And then when I come home from college, if it's a Friday, you still got to get it for me. And then he said, think about how much money you've spent if you add the breakfast with the Legos you've bought me. I said, I don't even want to think about that. And by the way, I have cut a deal. He's cut another deal with me. One of the most expensive Lego sets on the planet is the Death Star from Star Wars. It is this big old thing. I think it cost $1,000.
Yeah, he ain't lying. That Death Star is expensive, and I've hardly ever seen it. So that does make a lot of sense. But let's see and get back to the video.
And I told him, I said, listen, I've been holding my XRP for a long time. When I make my first, or I would call it like what Brad Combs calls a shallow bag exit, when I make my first exit, I will buy you the $1,000 Lego set. I'm hoping, don't tell him this, but I'm hoping that he outgrows Legos between now and then so that I don't have to and he won't care. But he's smarter than that. What he'll do is he'll say, no, well, you know, I'm not into that now, but it was $1,000, so you've got to spend $1,000 on something I do want now. I know how this kid thinks. This one is my streetwise kid. My other kid's my oldest is just a nice kid that he doesn't care about anything. But the youngest, I don't care if it's you telling him you're going to put a certain carpet in his bedroom. He's going to argue with you about it. Okay, enough on that. You know, yesterday I predicted this. It sure feels like XRP is loading. I scooped up more XRP all week this week, but yesterday in particular on the pullback. And now we're about to hit $2.50 again. Things are on the move. Things are getting exciting. Here's one of the reasons they're getting exciting. Brad Garlinghouse tweeted this out yesterday afternoon. He's got an alarm clock. It's just a matter of time now, folks. He's tweeting this. CBOE BZX Exchange files 19B-4 to list and trade spot XRP ETFs for several issuers. Folks, it is coming. And I believe a lot of what we've been watching here recently has been manipulation by these big Wall Street guys, because they know what's coming. And they don't want that price to be too crazy before they open up their ETFs. It is coming. And I said it here. Your grandkids will be talking about how you saw where XRP was going when everyone said you were crazy. I've been told I was crazy for being in an XRP since 2013. And every time, like I would go for Christmas, like let's say the Super Bowl party. Every year I go to the Super Bowl party. If the prices are up, everybody wants to talk about crypto. If the prices are down, everybody looks at me like I must be in financial trouble, which wasn't true. But people, I'm telling you, the prize goes to the people that study things to the point where they don't question. The market does not affect their thinking. Warren Buffett became a billionaire thinking like this. The prize goes to the people that study what they're looking at. And once they know, market doesn't affect their mentality at all. In fact, they look forward, the Warren Buffetts of the world, they look forward to the moments where these things they've studied go down. That's the way I've approached XRP from the beginning. Once I knew, I just knew. Here's a list of the XRP ETFs that have been filed as of today, which was yesterday. Bitwise, Canary, they're coming to XRP Las Vegas. 21 Shares Core XRP Trust, Wisdom Tree XRP Fund, Grayscale, they want to convert theirs. Additional posts on X mention the following: ProShares, Rex and Osprey, CoinShares, Total Capital. The big boys are coming. It's just a matter of time. XRP is on the cusp, but don't take my word for it.
If you're just watching, great to be here. You know, Andy and I have been talking all day about this convert.
Come on now.
The traditional financial world and the crypto world that has been building, that both of us have been such a part of for the last so many years. Talk to me from your standpoint, from building Ripple for so long, from going through the ups and downs of Ripple, being here today, what it means for you.
It's tremendously exciting. I feel like we really are on the cusp of a mass institutional adoption, both of DeFi and of other blockchain technologies. I think this is also like one of the key obstacles to mass retail adoption. A lot of people in the space previously thought that retail adoption was like the big wave, But I think institutional adoption is a precursor. You have to connect to where people are. You have to go to where the value is. You can't build a new financial system from zero, ignoring the existing financial system where everybody's money is, where all the value is, where the real world is, trillions of dollars in value. You can't just say, oh, forget about all that. Let's just build something new over here. That doesn't work. And so I think this wave of institutional adoption over the next year or two is going to be what's going to pave the way for mass retail adoption. And then we can deliver on those promises. Like, we all want to bank the unbanked, but like the unbanked, like, they have to be able to spend their money to buy groceries and pay their phone bill. And so we have to have that institutional connectivity. And I don't think there are any obstacles. I think that's and I think this conference shows that.
You guys have shown a tremendous amount of resilience over the last couple of years and helped score some of the biggest wins from of the industry against those who doubted it. XRP is in one of our flagship indices and was the top performer. It's been an exciting couple of months. Like, how has the perception of the firm changed from inside and outside? A lot of people are taking a look at Ripple that really maybe hadn't before. How are you thinking about conveying what the company does to people who are looking at it for the first time?
Yeah, it has been a huge difference. 4 years ago, we had what I called the worst Christmas ever when I found out that the SEC was suing us.
Yes.
And a lot of people thought that would just be the end of our business, and it could have been. And I'm glad to say that the industry eventually rallied around recognizing the regulatory overreach, and I think things have gotten obviously a lot better since then. More recently, the changes in the United States over the past couple month or so have just been unbelievable, and it has unlocked business in the United States, but also business overseas. I think a lot. I didn't realize this until the change happened. There are a lot of other countries that kind of take their regulatory cues from the United States, and so when the United States didn't seem serious, they didn't really seem all that serious either. Now there's more international competition to bring in innovation. I think now we also, Ripple has a new product, RLUSD, which is a stable coin, which we think is going to be great for applications ranging from things like payments to DeFi, as a collateral, as a way of moving value from one place to another. And then, of course, the XRP ledger adding DeFi capability. That's not the first generation of DeFi capability was very experimental, and it was looking for like absurdly high yield. It was gambling, but let's be honest, it was gambling. That's cool. Like, that attracts people. Vegas was built on gambling, right? But like, the next wave of real utility is going to be built around things that are much less interesting. A savings account is not super interesting. It doesn't provide high yield. It doesn't have high risk. You don't check the balance of your savings account every day, but it has real world utility. And I think that avenue of real world utility that Ripple's leaned hard into is the tokenization of real world assets, from very useful financial products all the way to things like venture capital and real estate and that whole spectrum.
All right. Very interesting stuff. This right here was more gratifying. I was trying yesterday when I was doing my video, I was trying to show you this, but I couldn't find it. Yesterday was kind of a mess for me, but we've got it here. And it's so, after everything we've been through with old Mike Novogratz, this is so gratifying. It's so worth your time. Watch this guy.
The narrative at one point has to be met with some utility.
Come on now.
Things go up and down. And because it's so easy to issue tokens now, you have almost an infinite supply response. And so while you're seeing Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, even the other than Solana, the top 5 tokens were issued way back because they had time to build their communities. And those communities are really, really vibrant. The biggest surprise that I've seen in this market was how resilient communities of what I thought were tokens, were. I would have never thought XRP would have been the best performing token after the inauguration, but it was. The XRP army is vibrant and strong. And I was even talking to Brad Garligan. He said, I'm not even sure where it comes from. Where this passion, but it's
comes from here.
Passionate. And if you think about what I'm getting to the point, I promise.
Let me tell you where it comes from, Mike and Brad, if you don't know. Where it comes from is the average person out here who got many who got burned by the financial crisis. I think the financial crisis was the last straw. It was the last straw for me. I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the financial crisis. It was the last straw. I believe that was when people said no. When they did the TARP bailouts, that was when people said, enough's enough. We've got to find a way to climb out of this hole. And when cryptocurrencies showed up, a lot of the people that were focused on gold and silver and things like that, because they didn't trust the government anymore, they saw this Bitcoin thing. In hindsight, I think Bitcoin was created by governments because of that distrust. I believe they didn't want them going for physical gold, still don't. I believe that's why it was created, but that's what drew many of us in. I believe there's a reason that they've kept your eyes off of XRP. There's a reason the XRP army is bigger than all the others. It's bigger because everybody knows in their gut, why are they not telling me to look over here at this thing? Why are they telling me to look at this fool's gold Bitcoin? I think that's a pretty good explanation, Mike.
What we learned in crypto, and the older you are, Dan and I.
Why are they telling me to look at this Ethereum junk that doesn't work and is expensive? Why are they telling me to look at Luna, Mike? Why are they telling me to look at bullcrap, FTX? It's not a coincidence. Ripple was nowhere to be found in the FTX saga. Everywhere where the things where things are working and real business is being done and no fraud, no accusations of fraud is where Ripple was. And I believe that's why they were attacked, because the real corrupt fraudsters were the ones directing them to be attacked, because they were the ones probably that were Ethereum disguised whales.
I'm 60, he's probably close. The more difficult this is to understand is that community became a part of the investment, algorithm. And we didn't really pay attention enough of that early on. And I used to joke about the tattoos, the Bitcoin tattoos. Very few people have Microsoft.
We've joked about your Luna tattoo here. I like Brad Garlinghouse's XRP tattoo a lot more.
Tattoos, but thousands and thousands, tens of thousands have Bitcoin tattoos, right? There's something more than the association with the stock. Well, that same idea in Bitcoin exists in XRP. It exists in Celestia in a smaller way. And so this idea of community as an investing input, we're now seeing, you could say Tesla has always had this crazy valuation because of this idea of the Tesla community. And the jury is out. Is that a permanent?
Okay, that's enough of that. Tristan Tate is finding out too. Any questions, Tate? He ran a poll on his X profile. Your favorite crypto asset is, and I'm sure he thought Bitcoin was going to win. Look at Ethereum getting smoked. XRP wins 51%. So I said, we need Tate and the stool president, Dave Portnoy at XR, who bought $1 million worth of XRP to add to his stack when the pullback happened. We need them at XRP Las Vegas, the largest XRP conference in the world. It is our time. I wouldn't be surprised if they did come. Let's get that going. And then here's a .eth guy that says, start thinking about the XRP ledger now. It's the future of memes and the next big thing in crypto. And he's retweeting the ETF filings. Oh, capitulation is fun to watch, isn't it? Okay, there's so much more for me to go over in DAIXRP.com. So follow me in. Let's go. I've got a lot of stuff that we need to focus on, a lot of XRP stuff. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family, away we go.
So I'm not 100% sure I follow you, Mike of Indy, trying to say XRP as a word. So you're saying, what is that? ERPs, I guess. The word would be ERP. Trying to make sure I understand what you mean there. I guess the word would be ERP, ERP, EEP, ERP. I don't know, but no worries there. But let's see here. Da, da, da. Let's see, how long is this video?
If you are an XRP holder trying to
I guess we'll go with Stock Mo for the last video. Thanks for sharing, subscribing. Thanks for super chat. Thanks for supporting your main man BTM on our XRP Turbo Caspa journey. But let's get to this video from Stock Mo and call it a day. Let me get this video started.
House, what are you doing to me here? You better get on that council now. We got some big rumors out there, but let's talk about those rumors. XRP holders, you're gonna want to watch this one. If you're with me, hit the like button. Let's get this thing over 1,000 likes as quickly as we can. More importantly, subscribe to the channel because we got the news coming. And of course, we're going to try to make as many millionaires as we can. And no, I hear it now, Mo. Crypto's dropping. Yeah, that means we get a better price to buy for the longer term. And it's just a matter of time. I've been through this so many times. And for those new to crypto, it's no fun to go through this selling. And yes, it is bearish. I have talked about it. Oh, man, the news is piling up for the positive catalyst. What's today's big news? Of course, we're going to talk positive catalyst for XRP. And that includes one of the biggest ones you can have. We know that Trump is making moves himself, buying, crypto, I should say. I haven't seen the selling, but he added on Ondo. They added Ondo, World Liberty Financial. I talked about this in yesterday's video. Huge. Now, we know that Ondo with the treasuries on the XRP ledger, huge. All of this and more huge. Everything seems to be getting bigger and bigger, but we're waiting for clarity, regulations, all that good stuff from the SEC. It just hasn't happened yet. How about all the spot ETFs we're waiting for? It hasn't happened yet. So we know it's going to happen, but we're talking about it like it's happened, but it hasn't. So we need to hold the horses because we're just getting started. Now, if you haven't done it, I'm going to be doing, and this is huge, I'm going to be doing the new US-based crypto challenge right here. Boom, click the first link, Kraken, get in there because we're going to start this on Tuesday. So if you haven't signed up for your Kraken account, get in there, sign up for it, fund it. On Tuesday, I'm going to start with my own portfolio. I have 10 grand I'll be using, and I might even add a little bit more, but I'm going to start with 10 US-based cryptos. It's going to be fun. It's up to each person. Like I said, I don't tell people what to buy and sell, but I will be doing my research, making sure we have the best list I can get. Some bigger ones, a lot of tiny ones, and we're going to see where we go if we can make bank and then be able to get all the money tax-free because we're doing the US-based cryptos. If Trump comes through with Congress to make US-based cryptos capital gains tax-free, giddy up. This will be massive. And that, my friends, is the goal of what we're trying to do. Now let's go over. Everyone in crypto is begging for a spot on Trump's new advisory council. Yes, Garlinghouse, you better be begging as well. This is an article from a few days ago. You're hearing people bring it back to join U.S. Crypto Advisory Council? Question mark? Maybe. Would be huge. He rubbed elbows with them. Remember the meeting? I remember it. Kraken? Coinbase? Circle? I believe whoever gets on that list, whoever makes that council, this is going to be massive. I would think that Coinbase will have representation. I believe Kraken would have representation. I believe XRP Ripple would have representation. You're hearing Circle talk, representation. So we don't know yet, right? It's a short list, and they're saying he's on it. Well, I'm not down there. I don't have my phone connected to President Trump, but I believe if you're looking to bring in people, you want the people who are influential. They know what they're doing, massive projects. This is a massive project, and you would want him on there. No guarantees, though. No guarantees. We don't know. But if he makes that list, positive, negative catalyst, yes or no? I'll give you a hint. Remember what happened when with Tesla, and you saw Trump win? You saw Elon Musk. What happened to Tesla stock price? Ran through the roof. Now things have changed a little bit, right? But you saw what happened. I would expect much the same when it comes to Garlinghouse, XRP. It would just be big, folks. And we already got so many things that we're looking forward to. The spot ETFs. Whoa, when they start rolling out clear regulatory instructions on what's happening out there and so much more, this is going to get frothy. And I want to be on the right side of that. Are we there now? No. As you know, it is ugly out there. It is ugly. I did yesterday's video on the bears. They are now starting to load up on the short positions. That's never good. But I will say this. Once we flip the switch, we will be eating bear burgers. Now, me personally, American cheese. I like a little pickle on the side. Throw some ketchup on there. And it gotta be fresh cut fries, lightly salted. And then we got, you're good. You name your favorite beverage. I don't care what you're going with on that one. But yeah, that's it. That's what we're looking forward to. I always tell you, keep your eyes on the prize. This is a long-term thing for those in crypto. I stand by what I have told you. The positive catalysts are many, but it's DC that's too slow. The SEC, too slow. Everything's so slow. And so we got to be patient. And I know some people out there hate it. It's already down. It's dropping. I know. Because money moves quickly. Regulations, policies, tax code, all of this and more moves at a snail's pace. But once it happens, once it gets through, once it's enacted, once we have clear regulatory instructions, massive changes on the horizon. We got rid of SAB 121. Huge. Banks can get involved now. We need the clear regulatory instructions and guidelines and everything for all the big money out there, the businesses that want to put billions into it, the trillionaires and billionaires that want to flood their money into it, countries battling over it, states setting up, possibly the country setting up strategic reserve assets. Oh my goodness. I know. I talked about a lot of these things. A sovereign wealth fund, sovereign wealth fund. I know that could be why you see Trump-related organizations loading up on Ethereum. I don't have the answer for you. I try to connect the dots, and the dots are leading towards crypto exploding higher by the end of this year. What about now? Crypto is not exploding higher because nothing's done. We hear a lot of talk. But the only thing is a rescinded 121, SAB 121, which was big, but it doesn't move the needle like we need it to in terms of money flowing in. As you get the whole tax thing situated, capital gains, 0 US-based cryptos. What about outside of the US? Are we going to have a nice low capital gains rate on that as well? If so, that's fantastic. And what happens with the tokenization of U.S. treasuries? Ondo, XRP, I'm talking to you. That is massive for my TMF as well as the chains involved. We are just getting started. And if you can't see it all, do a little reading, do a little research. What you find out is going to absolutely pique your interest. And as you see all these dots starting to connect, you realize that millionaires will become billionaires, and those who got in before will now be millionaires. The goal of this channel is to help people create financial freedom and generational wealth. This does not come without risk. Of course, there is risk. I am here to share what I am doing. I never tell people what to buy and sell. I do try to educate people on what is happening in the world. And right now, crypto is absolutely at a crossroad of massive explosive moves up. And I hear people talking about it. Let's talk about this one. Let me pull this up right now. So I hear people talking about like market caps. Remember, we were up there at in the threes on XRP. And then we dropped all the way down to low twos now. And that's 40% of the market cap wiped out in just a week. And then you saw it go all the way down. Let's pull up an XRP chart. Let's pull up XRP. I want to go back. I want to show you this. So this day right here, we went all the way from just a couple days ago, from 330, all the way down, basically cut in half. So you lost half of that market cap. So for everybody saying, you know, you can't move the market cap much. Well, folks, all right, this was around 150, 200 billion. It had to be when it was up there at what were we at? All the way up to 340 or 230. It's $1.10 off. So about a little over 30 something percent. So just work with me. These are rough numbers. So that means that we would be close to that 200 billion, right? So if we're close to 200 billion and now we just lost 60 something billion, that tells you what? Well, that happened in just days. If we can lose 60 something billion and then we gained a lot of that back and now it's slowly drifting off again, seeing this move 50 billion in a day or two is nothing. If the positive catalysts work and everything else, this thing could explode higher. And you saw the overall market cap of all the assets dramatically changing the other day and then recover quickly, hundreds of billions of dollars. And so I know once all these things that I'm talking about come true, people are going to be self-high-fiving, looking at private islands somewhere thinking, boy, we're close to getting there. And that's the goal. If you're with me, let me know what crypto you're riding on and where you're from down below in the comments. And I'm going to be getting started on that US-based Kraken challenge I'm doing. Use that first link down below. Join today. Get funded at Kraken. Use this link. Get set up. I'll be starting Tuesday. Second link down below. Get you into my Discord. You got to sign up. The instructions are pinned as the first.
All right, YouTube and X. I guess we can pop this last little video on trying to see. I guess we'll go with Austin. I know you guys hate Austin, but let's see what he has to say. This is the last video today. Thanks for joining. Thanks for like, sharing, subscribing, and super chat. Don't forget to share this video and comment. So we're going to run this last little video. I want you guys to have a happy Friday, and thanks for joining. Let me know who you guys think is going to win the Super Bowl. Big shout out to NFC East. I'm a Cowboys fan, but Eagles can still go. And Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's see what Austin has to say and wrap it up for today. No, did he?
Figure out how to, quite frankly, get rich with XRP. I'm going to share with you, there's really only two ways to do it. Okay. And I'm going to cut to the bottom line and I'm going to show you the good and the bad and the reality of it. And we're actually going to look at some numbers. We're going to look at market cap, how big XRP has to be from a market cap to reach a certain price. We're going to compare and contrast that to Bitcoin and talk about the overall market and the reality and the timing of when this could happen. How long is it going to take, Austin? 6 months, a year, 5 years, 50, whatever the number is. We're going to talk about that. But I also want to say something at a baseline. Look, XRP is not a get rich overnight token. And if you believe that it is, I want to dispel that myth. It is not a meme coin. It is not going to go up 3,000% tomorrow. Now, back in November, from November to December of 2024, it went up 400%. I'm going to share that with you in a chart. And by the way, I'm also going to share with you how you can make even more profit in this video towards the end of the video. So stay for that as well. Okay. I'm going to show you how you can put a lot of money in your pocket and make a lot of money with XRP and any other crypto that you are interested in doing with as well. But again, I want to go back to this. I want you to understand that XRP is not a get rich overnight token coin. It's not. Okay. And if you think it is, I want you to reset that. But I'm also going to show you the amount of returns and how much money you can make with XRP is absolutely astounding. Okay, so let's get into this. As always, I appreciate you giving me a few minutes. So right now, XRP is up about 8+%, 7 to 8%. It's actually having a decent, really good day. Okay, so before we get into XRP, I want to share with you something. So, you've heard different people talking about like Elon Musk and Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy talking about Bitcoin go to $1 million. Well, here's another one, ARK Invest. If you don't know who ARK Invest is, it's one of the biggest traditional financial Wall Streets out there. Very, very well respected. The CEO is Cathie Wood. There's definitely people out there that like her and don't like her. I tend to be a huge fan. I think she's one of the smartest people on Wall Street. She's projecting Bitcoin to hit a top price of 1.5 million by 2030. Now, Austin, this is an XRP video. Why are you talking about Bitcoin going to 1.5 million? Well, here's why I am talking about that. Bitcoin has a dominance of 60%. What does that mean? That means that the entire market cap of the entire crypto market is $3.220 trillion. Okay. Bitcoin is 60% of that number right there. Don't believe me? It's right here. Bitcoin market cap is $1.9 trillion. Okay. Because you need to understand Bitcoin and where it can go, because it's 60% of the market, to identify how holding XRP can make you rich, quite frankly. Okay. Which is why I said this was going to be a little bit different video. Here's the other thing you need to know about Bitcoin. The massive X potential out of Bitcoin has already happened. Like Bitcoin going from $100 to 10,000 to 60,000. That 10x, 30x, 40, 50x is already done for Bitcoin. Right now, for Bitcoin to go from 100,000 to 1.5, that's a 15x, right? Okay. So you see what I'm saying? But XRP has not done that X really massive 30x, 40x, 50x percentage move up. And therein lies the reason that XRP can make you rich. Now, back to the two ways. There's only two ways you can get rich owning XRP. You buy and you hold, and you're looking for a 30x that's going to happen 3 years, 4 years, 5 years from now. Remember, what did I show you? I didn't say it. Cathie Woods and other people much smarter than me, quite frankly, are talking about Bitcoin go to $1.5 million. Okay. Well, let's look at that. Okay. Let's say if Bitcoin was going to go to 1.5 right here. So Bitcoin going to 1.5, that would put Bitcoin's market cap at 29, almost $30 trillion. All right, Austin, what does that have to do with XRP? Well, look right here. Bitcoin went up 14x, right? All right. Well, what happens? What if XRP just went up 14x with Bitcoin? That would put a price of XRP at $35. That's a 14x from where it's at right now, and it put it at a 2 trillion. Now, I think it's going to do more than that 14x, because XRP hasn't done that multiple of 30x, 40x, 50x, right? It hasn't. That's the next big wave. But again, it's not going to happen tomorrow. So how do you get rich with XRP? Again, I'm going to show you some numbers here in a minute, some real numbers, okay? You get there by buying and holding, and you're holding, look, Austin, I don't want to hold it for 5 years. Well, look, I mean, come on, 5 years is not that long. Buy it, throw away the key, okay? You buy and hold, or you do swing trades. What is a swing trade? A swing trade is where you buy it here, you sell it here, in 30 days, you make 400%. I'll talk about this here in just a minute, okay? But again, buy and hold or swing trades, all right? There's a third way, leverage, futures, all that. Not going to get into this video because that's pretty complex for a lot of people. But I'm trying to basically explain to you how the masses and how we just normal people every day can do this, right? Okay. So, all right. So we have our numbers, right? 14x. And let's say that if XRP went to just $35, which I think it will be higher. Here's some interesting numbers for you. By the way, I just found a crypto calculator, and CoinStats has a good one right here. So right here, if you bought XRP today, which a lot of people own XRP at a lower price, they own it at $1.20, or I know people that own it at sub 10 cents. Yeah. If you bought it today, and let's say you bought $10,000, and when it goes to $35, here's the profit over on the right. Make sure you guys can see this. Let me move the picture of me. Here's the profit. This is profit, $131,242. That's a 1,312% return on your investment in 5 years. That's how you need to look at it, okay? You look at it like there is no other investment vehicle out there at all that will give you 1,312% in 5 years. That is beyond amazing. Think of it this way. If somebody walked to you on the street and said, I have an investment, give me $10,000, and in 5 years, I'm going to bring you back $131,000 in profit. Would you do it? The short answer is yeah. Of course, you'd look at him and go, well, what's the investment? You know, you'd be like, what is it? What are you investing in here? Right? We're not doing drugs or anything, are we? No, you know, like that kind of thing. Right. But you get my point. You need to think of it that way. This is how you get rich with XRP. All right. Let's say your cost basis was $1.20. All right. Let's say your cost basis was 0.75. I mean, you can start to see, because you know your cost basis. Well, here's how you do this. Go figure out how much XRP do you own, right? What's your cost basis? And then you can plug it into this calculator and you can say, okay, if I sell it at this, I'm going to make this much money. That's $450,000 in profit. By any definition, that's getting rich. Okay. And by the way, that's a good point. Everybody's definition of rich is different, right? Yeah, we all want to be millionaires. Well, I want $1 million in the bank, blah, blah, blah. I get that, right? But to some people, that $400,000 or that $200,000 or whatever that number is life-changing. And that's the point. Okay. Look, this is not a raw video. This is me trying to give you some perspective of how big Bitcoin will go and how XRP can rise with it. By the way, I think it's going to do more. Okay. So I think the $35 price per XRP is low at 5 years from now. I think it could 50x. I think it could 100x. I really do. But it has to do that in context of Bitcoin too, because it's never going to surpass Bitcoin's market cap. XRP is not going to flip Bitcoin. XRP might flip Ethereum at some point. Yeah, that's possible.
So that's what I was trying to get to. XRP will probably flip Ethereum. Let me know what you guys think about that as well. But we're going to shut it down for the day. Thanks for joining. Thanks for like, sharing, subscribing, and super chatting. Appreciate all your help and support. That's your main man, BTM, signing out. Get ready for the Super Bowl Sunday and have a good weekend. We made it to Friday, guys. But as always, remember, let's get back to the money and stay dangerous. Miner out.